Welcome back to our Tuesday video where we check out the 3 vendors who have all new wares, starting in Imperial City Sewers. First up, we have Treasure Maps, which is Grotwood this week. Grotwood brings us Green Pact, Ranger's Gate, and Cirabane's Grip, as well as a chance for Ancestral High Elf Boots or Maces motif leads. I don't think this is worth 6,000 Telvar. Save your Telvar, use gold at the guild traders like everybody else. Our leads, we have Glomium Ring Bearing. This is part of Monomyth Reforged and is from the Cold Harbor World Boss Abadari. Our next lead is Preserved Raxu Feathers. This is part of Gaze of Sithis, and you might recognize it as the so difficult to get one from the Dark Brotherhood. The Bequeather remains silent in the Outlaw Refuge. So I like this one. I think this is a good one to get. As you can see from my add-on, it's the only one I need left for my 3rd copy. Yes, I'm a completionist. It's weird. It's fine. But yeah, this one's a difficult one. I think this is a good one to get this week. Our jewelry, we have Necklace and Ring of Endurance, which comes in all 3 basic traits: Arcane, Robust, and Healthy. And rings too, as well as Rallying Cry, Amulet, and Ring. This week we have Shard of Writhing Bone. Consume 25 shards of Writhing Bone to unlock the Skill Stylist Caltrops achievement and the Caltrops Bone skill style. This one dropped with the Writhing Wall event. You can still do those dailies, but these are running about 20,000 gold a piece. So I don't think this one's a horrible buy. If you're just missing a couple, I probably wouldn't go this route. If you're missing a bunch, I would probably just do some of the dailies, but it is here if you need a couple. And then our scripts this week, we have Bound Affix Script Innervation, adds Innervation, a debuff reducing critical damage. Bound Focus Script Disease Damage, which of course gives you disease damage. And Bound Signature Script Fencer's Parry, adds deflection of next direct damage attack. All right, let's see what the Scholarium has for us. Okay, let's see what scripts he has.
Apologies for my...
All right, we have Bound Affix Script Force, adds Force, a buff increasing critical damage. Bound Affix Script Uncertainty, adds Uncertainty, a debuff reducing weapon critical damage. Bound Focus Script Immobilize, adds an immobilization effect. And Bound Signature Script Wayfarer's Mastery, adds improved functionality of skill line passives. And all that's left is Infinite Archive. And here we are. Let's see what Filer Ul has.
Ah, a mortal.
All right, first up we have Murkmire Treasure Maps. Again, this is not really worth 2,000 archival fortunes. Murkmire does have some decent gear, including Brightthroat's Boast, Champion of the Hist, and Deadwater's Guile. But again, you can get these maps pretty cheap off of guild traders. Next, we have Big-Eared Ginger Kitten's Milk Saucer. This is one of 7 pieces of the Big-Eared Ginger Kitten pet, and this drops in Carnwayston in Somerset. The pieces on PCNA run about 2,000 gold a piece. I still think that's better than 3,000 archival fortunes, but if this is the only one you're missing, then yeah, by all means. All right, companion equipment jewelry. Of the companion equipment, jewelry is the one I mind the least. You are at the mercy of RNG as to what trait you get. It is bound when you buy it this way. However, jewelry is a little bit more forgiving with traits. Unless you're looking for something specific, if you're just trying to kit out one of your 8 companions with some jewelry, this isn't a horrible way to get it. All right, Diagram Nord Candle Antler. This runs 15 to 22k on PCNA and about 11 to 38k on PCEU, so not terribly different. It's a really nice piece. It is part of Bates Game, but if you don't have it, it's here for 2,000 archival fortunes. Our first lead is Ruin Blood Coil. This is part of Markin Ring of Majesty. This particular lead drops from Banished Cells 1 or 2. If I were to farm it, I would just farm it on normal Banished Cells 1, but that's just me. Not horrible to get, but a full run of Banished Cells can still take a hot minute. So it's here for 5,000 archival fortunes if you need it. This next lead, Totambu Chrysocolas, is 5,000 archival fortunes as well, and part of Left-Hander's Aegis Belt. This one drops from Somerset Geysers. So again, it can be kind of time consuming. I do feel like this one is a little less likely to drop. So again, not horrible. Our second pattern today is Elsewhere Rug Sandflowers. This runs about 30K on PCNA, 27 to 34. On PCU, we only have 3 listings. One's for 20K, one's for 25K, and one's for 75K. So I would probably just get it this way and avoid the traders on this one. Remember, these are bound when you buy them this way, so you can't buy them to sell them, but you can save yourself money by purchasing it for your own use. Our third plan is Praxis Dwarven Bookcase Granite Filled. There's only one listing on PCNA currently for $1 million gold, because when you have the only one on the market, you can name your price. On PCEU, we have 4 listings, 63K, 122K, 140K, and 400K. So again, I do think it's worth 2,000 archival fortunes, and it's a little bit more difficult to find, I think, if you wanted to farm it for yourself. Our books this week, we have The Littlest Homeshell Cute Little Story. This one drops in Infinite Archive, and the eidetic memory is in Apocrypha. And then our second book is Visitor's Guide, Telvanni Peninsula. This one also drops in Infinite Archive, but the eidetic memory is in Telvanni Peninsula. Our scripts are Bound Affix Script Intellect and Endurance. Adds Intellect and Endurance buffs, increasing magicka and stamina recovery. Bound Focus Script Poison Damage, which of course adds poison damage. And Bound Signature Script Knight's Valor adds improved use of bash or blocking. This week's style page is Veladreth Shoulder. This, of course, is from Cradle of Shadows. When the mask is dropping in Cradle of Shadows, this shoulder will be available for keys. It's usually 50 keys. However, I find that's a lot more advantageous to spend 1 key at a time. I think I averaged like 3 shoulders per 50 keys, so definitely get it that way. All right, 2 more items. We have Shattered Alessia deck fragment, part of the Saint Alessia deck for Tales of Tribute. This one's found occasionally after defeating Mirrormore incursions at Mosaics in Westweald. So if you've tried a few of the Mirrormore incursions and you haven't gotten it yet, it's here for 3,000 archival fortunes. And finally, Unreliable Archive Map. Consume 20 Unreliable Archive Maps to unlock the Peer into the Mirror Maze achievement and the Shattered Mirror Maze face marks. Here are the Shattered Mirror Maze face marks. I do think that 3,000 archival fortunes, when you need 20 of them, is pretty steep. You are guaranteed to get fragments like this in a curated order when you do your dailies. So I would prefer to get them this way, but if you're only missing 1 or 2 and you want to go ahead and finish it off, it is here for you if you need it. All right, let's run a couple arcs of Infinite Archive and let's see what gear is dropping this week. You're going to get me. Oh, how am I not dead? How am I not dead? What the heck? We just ran some Infinite Archive, and this week we have gear dropping from Grotwood. That includes Green Pact, Ranger's Gate, and Sirabane's Grip, as well as from Western Skyrim, which includes Eternal Vigor, Venomous Smite, and Winter's Respite. That's going to do it for this week. We'll see you in the next one.